We're having fun here.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello. Merry Christmas in July. I'm going to start with letting everybody introduce themselves, introduce your channel, and then we'll play a Christmas game or something. We'll talk to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody is well. We'll start. Oh wait, that way to the right of me.
I think, okay. Hi, I'm Amy. I'm from Books with Amy Murray, and I talk primarily about mysteries, thrillers, and cozies on the channel. And yeah, anything about coziness, pretty much. Anything about coziness, pretty much.
There's like an echo to
Her channel is amazing.
There's like an echo to somebody.
Do you have yours?
I don't hear it.
I think that somebody has theirs on their computer. Like elsewhere.
Like, does somebody have YouTube?
Maybe I didn't shut it down from my other laptop.
That could be it.
Like maybe I closed my laptop. I closed it and got my husband's. Maybe I didn't.
It sounds like when somebody accidentally has like YouTube open and they don't realize it.
Yeah.
That's really weird.
This is the only one I have open.
Yep, same.
Oh, guys.
Yay!
Technical difficulties.
I'm so glad it's the last day of July.
Well, Amy, I'm so glad to see you here. Welcome to. I don't think we've done a killing time with cozies.
No.
Yet. Welcome. I am honored to be below you.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Okay.
My name is Sonia. My channel is Sonia with an I, and I'm excited to be here. My channel is mostly about cozy things. I read a lot of cozy mysteries, but I read a lot of genres, and we have fun here. Storm, you're up.
Love your mug.
So I am Stormy from Storm Reads, and I am the odd one out of this because it was too hot to put anything on.
I don't blame you.
Besides the tanky, so
Perfectly fine.
Too bad I don't have a red one or a green one, because then I can put it on. But yeah,
that is perfectly okay. Well, you found your way here. So I am Tiffany from the Beach Bum Bookworm. I read mostly cozy mysteries. I do read some romance, but it's pretty lopsided to cozy mysteries. I love them. I love everything about them. The punniness, the cheesy, whatever you want to say about it. I cop to all of them. I just wanted to have a Christmas party. So thank you to the three of you for agreeing to Christmas in July. We'll see what everybody's got going on. And then I told them I have a game of Never Have I Ever Christmas edition. That will.
Would you like us to share maybe some of the Christmas books that we've been reading?
You can. I wanted to just say hi to everybody, and then we can definitely talk about the Christmas books that we have been reading. Pat says, "Good evening, everyone. I am listening." I am listening this evening. I went for a follow-up on my foot and had to do more surgery. Pat, I hope that you are starting to get all sorts of healing and recovery going on. I know you're doing PT, so I'm thinking of you. She said, "Don't forget the thumbs up." Thanks, Pat. Hey, Amy. She says, "Hi, everyone." Oh, I'm so sorry. I am having all sorts of technical difficulties tonight. Okay.
Some of it could be StreamYard, so you never know.
Amy said, "Hi, everyone. I'm going to try to pick up Quicksilver by Callie Hart again tonight. I took a bit of a break to read something a little lighter for a bit." That's awesome. Kat said, "Hello and Merry, hi, everyone. Merry Christmas in July, or Happy Christmas in July. You too, Kat." Esther Jane says, "Merry Christmas in July from a hot New York." Yes. I know Storm and Sonia are in Missouri. I'm Florida. Amy, what region are you in?
I'm in Arizona, so it is
Oh,
hot.
yeah.
So
It's
we're
very
all
hot.
pretty hot. So it's like
Yeah. 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 I'm in Florida.
Currently
So
104
I'm sure
here.
like my feels like is probably like your everyday though or something because I said it was supposed to get up to like 110 for the feels like.
Well, I'm actually more north, so it's a little bit cooler. It's like been in the 90s today, but it's very dry heat. Is Missouri very humid? I'm thinking.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've never been. So I was thinking anything out there would be humid.
It's basically your breathing pea soup.
I was gonna. Sometimes it feels like you can like cut it with a knife or something.
Sounds kind of
Yeah.
suffocating.
and Florida is always humid all year long. all
Satan's
year
armpit.
long. That's nice. Cajun said, "Hi everyone, Merry Christmas in July." And we said, Merry Christmas in July, everyone. Yvette said, hello from California. Excited for this event. Excellent, Yvette. We are glad to have you. Hey, Moira. She said, Merry Christmas in July, everyone. It's sweltering heat wave up here, LOL. Yeah, it seems like it's going. There's been some crazy weather in the country lately.
She's in Canada, isn't she?
I think she is in Canada. Yes.
Yeah, she
yes.
is.
Hey, Roxy. She says, hi, everyone. Merry Christmas in July. Anita said, hey, everyone. Merry Christmas. Even says, perfect timing. Lost my power in a storm. It just came back on. Must be meant to be. Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad it came back on because not only does it mean lights, but it means air conditioning.
Right. It's the magic of Christmas. Little Christmas magic.
Said, what's that?
It was a little Christmas magic. Brought back the power.
That's right. Lou said, hey, y'all, Merry Christmas. Stephanie said, yay, this is so fun. Oh, and that was during technical difficulties. So, Stephanie, you are in for a treat now. Because I was really struggling before. I don't know. My mouse has been acting funny, so I had to grab my husband's laptop and switch it out. I don't know. Hey, Mother Goose. She said, hi, everyone. Merry Christmas in July. And Lou said, it is divine intervention. Anita says, feel better, Pat. Hey, Annie. Annie says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Hope for the Holidays by Daryl Wood Gerber. Nice. Have you got any of you guys read her?
I have never read
Well,
Daryl
no,
Wood
I
Gerber.
have, but I didn't like the series that I read.
I believe that she does the Fairy Tale Garden, correct?
She
or
does.
The Fairy Garden.
She does. And she does a French bistro one that Storm's talking about. And I read the first one in that. And I wasn't the biggest fan either. I don't know. It was something about the writing. Maybe it's been a long time. I mean, I didn't like hate it or anything like that. I mean, it takes a lot. I don't normally hate anything, but I just never continued it. But she does have the fairy one, and the fairy one's covers are adorable. Are really cute. Hey, Glenda. She says, hi, everyone. Anita said, I just finished Stalking Around the Christmas Tree by Jacqueline Frost. I'm giving it 4 stars. Did you figure out who killed me? Are you reading it too?
I finished it.
Did you figure out who killed me?
Mm-hmm. It was so good.
You did? I listened to it on audio, Amy, and I'll tell you, it was the strangest thing because it was my first and last name. So like I kept like, as you're listening to it, you kept, and I knew that, but it was just like, when you hear both of them together and you're listening to a book, you're like, huh? Oh yeah. It was really strange, but I really, really enjoyed it. I talked to her the other day and I told her that I just bought a Cricut, and the first shirt I want to make is a goat, and it says he's not that kind of goat, because Cookie says that in every book, and so
I love it.
I sent her a picture.
Wear that shirt.
Yeah, and I sent her a picture of. I said, "What do you think Theo looks like?" And at first she's like, "Well, and then she said, "Oh, maybe gray and white and this and that." So I sent her a picture, and it's a Christmas, so he's wearing like a big old like thing around his neck and everything. So I think I'm going to use that one.
I love Theodore so much.
I do too. I do too. And Cookie is one of my favorite characters in the series. I think I just think she's the best. I think she's
It's really sad. Anytime I go to like a petting zoo or our orchard that has goats, I'll go to all the goats and say, "Are you that kind of goat? Are you that kind of goat? Are you that kind of goat?" And my husband was like, "Are you crazy?" And I said, "I'm looking for Theodore."
Exactly. Exactly.
You have to entertain yourself sometimes, you know?
Exactly. Late Bloomer Diary said, "Hi all. I finished 12 Sleighs of Christmas earlier this week, first in the Christmas Tree Farm series. And I'm about halfway through Murder at the Christmas Cookie Bake Off from the Beacon Bake Shop. I love both of those series. I hope you enjoy." Barbara said, "Hello, friends. I'm working for 20 more minutes. We won't tell." I'm not reading Christmas book, but I am reading Wrong Side of the Paw by Lori Cass. Love it. Love it.
Is that the
people just saying
bookmobile? Is that
yes.
bookmobile?
Yes. Oh yeah. He just left. Yeah. I have found the most delightful Christmas series. Yes, I've read the first two. It is so cute. Have you guys read it? The first book is called Christmas Corpse. So it's an all Christmas series, and I'm not a huge paranormal fan. So, but I didn't think that this, like, it didn't bother me. But basically what happens is she gets in a car wreck in the first book, and the person that rescues her says, "Oh, well, I'm going to take you to my house for a little bit." And it's the North Pole, and she's Mrs. Claus. But it doesn't feel like paranormally. It's just kind of
whimsical.
Buy into it. It's because it's so whimsical.
It's whimsical, not paranormal.
Like watching the movies with Santa Claus in it or whatever. I mean, they're just movies. They don't really feel too like paranormal. They're just Santa Claus is a character in a person.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's so cozy and cute and over the top Christmassy and exactly what I love. And the first two books, like she said, it say Mona Marple, and then after that it says Katie Forrest. So I'm assuming it was a pseudonym, and then she kind of switched back. I don't know exactly, but
they're really short too. They're not very long. They're
very short books, and they're adorable. The first one was really good, and then the second one was so cute because one of the little this grumpy elf was murdered with a disco ball. It's the most adorable thing. It was New Year's. It was adorable.
If murder can be adorable, it was adorable.
If murder was cute.
I always feel bad when I'm telling my husband a cozy mystery plot and I get really excited and I'm like, and then they were murdered. And then he's just looking at me like, and I'm like, but not, it's not good. It's fiction.
Like, in my family, the going joke is she reads murder mysteries for fun. It's like, we don't want to mess with her because she reads murder mysteries and thinks it's cute.
Yeah. So I interviewed Christina Romeral, who does the Killer Chocolate series. And I don't know if she said it during the interview or like she was telling us at Malice. I'm not really sure. But for that book, and I don't know if it was for the first or second one, she made her husband lay down in the hallway and then dragged him down the hallway for all the way down the hallway to see if a woman could drag some of man's weight that far. And she literally made him, and she said he was scared of me for a week. It's like, yeah. I mean,
well, it's like, I want to know if this could really happen. Can a woman really do this?
That's kind of like putting poisonous thing
into your murder mystery.
Can you taste the poison that's in this coffee?
Yeah. Yeah. No, honey, just drink your tea.
Drink your tea.
Yeah. By the way, friends that were there on Sunday, IDNF Murder Most Festive. Okay. I can't remember which series that is, but
it was a historical.
The historical cozy she told me about. Yeah, you're right, Storm.
That's a bummer because I like historical mysteries.
Yeah. It is a bummer. It looked cute, but yeah. Cation was the one that told me about the Miss Marple or the Mona Marple series. She's our resident expert of cozy mysteries. And I did see that there was a new one coming out. I think we're through most of people saying hello. We'll hop back in, but who read some Christmas books or what have you been reading?
I did. So I filmed a Christmas reading vlog this week that I'm super excited for. So I got a
That's
couple.
awesome.
I had a DNF, which Storm and I were talking about, and I guess it wasn't a favorite of hers either, but that was in Peppermint Peril. I didn't connect
DNF'd
with
it too.
But I loved Spoon to be Dead. And I have a question for you ladies if you've read this. Is this the last book in the series? Because there was a Dear Reader's note at the end that kind of made me feel like it was the last book, and I was like, is it?
I don't know.
I've not read that series, so
it's really good. It's the
I've read the
Shakespeare
first
series.
I've read the first two with Trinidad, right?
Yeah,
it's
so good.
I read the first two, and I enjoyed it too, but I don't know.
Is that the third one? Is that the third one?
It's the third one.
You haven't read
it. Looks like they either get dropped at 2 or 3, so that's why I was wondering.
If Regina's in the chat, she may know, because Regina is a big fan of the Shake Shop. So Regina, if you're out there, let us know.
Please, because I saw a few people on Goodreads who left comments or reviews that kind of they were confused or possibly thinking it was over too, and I was like, it can't be over.
And then empathize with that, Amy, because Tiffany, anything that she starts to love within the first or second book usually doesn't go beyond that.
So I told her she needs to quit getting so excited over my favorite cozy mysteries because then they get canceled.
I do. I'm like, maybe I am jinxed. I mean, I don't feel that about myself, but it has happened in Cozy Mysteries. And I used to play fantasy football. And whenever I would pick like someone who, and it was somebody that would like be like a really good catch, they would get hurt to the point where my friends as jokes would text me before fantasy football drafts. And they would say, please don't draft Aaron Rodgers. I want Green Bay to do well this year. I'm like, so mean. But
it really, that problem with hockey. You have favorite hockey players that do just fine.
Well, yes, that is true. That is true.
So
that is true.
But have you played fantasy hockey? Because maybe,
I have not. I've stayed away from it because I'm already too obsessed with hockey. I do not need a.
Well, see, that might be the thing. You didn't play because you were playing fantasy football.
Could be. But yes, it does feel like that authors are getting like only like 2 or 3.
Like 2 of our favorite cozy mystery series only got 2 books.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Amy, we were talking about this on Sunday. Did you read the Vicki Delaney summer resort series?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
is it get canceled?
It's like Dirty Dancing.
It's like a Dirty Dancing summer resort. Like they actually make kind of a lot of like somewhat references and
you can like pick out the characters and who might have been the characters in the movie. It's like kind of like that.
Oh, that's fun.
It was really fun. Sonia, what Christmassy books have you been reading?
I think Amy has another book she was
reading. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she was finished.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I read Stalking on the Christmas Tree. Got to enjoy your murder in a fictional setting, and then I'll Be Home Before Mischief. So yeah, those were all really good, amazing. I absolutely love that series.
I do too. I'm
really looking forward to your vlog, Amy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I read the what was the last Hark the Herald Angels Sleigh. I got the arc from NetGalley. I gave it 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I love that series.
I do too.
And then I read another series, and I don't want to talk about it because I thought it was Christmas, and it wasn't. I was bitter for a little bit, but
when she did think it was Christmas,
she was very bitter. It was.
I was a little PO'd. So I mean, and that's not in elf culture, but yeah, I looked at the cover and thought it was Christmas, but I didn't have my glasses on, and I'm a woman of a certain age, and when you don't wear readers, things don't always look the same. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that one, but this one is Christmas, and this was a Christmas gift from my pen pal and good friend Jackie. Jackie Just Chatters. This is Hark the Herald Angels Sleigh. This is by Vicki Delaney. It's part of the year-round Christmas Town. And this book actually took place in Christmas in July. So it actually was a Christmas in July book. So it was completely appropriate. And being a mood reader, that's very important to me. And I loved it. I gave it also a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I listened to it this time. The last time I listened to it, I thought the main character was a little sharp, but it didn't seem that way this time. So I really, really enjoyed this. And now I'm kind of excited to get to the next one. So those were my reads. Storm, you're up.
I read Can This Be Christmas by Debbie Maycomer. So romance. Well, actually, I take it back. It's not really a romance. It was more like a chick lit, like it's like 90 pages. It wasn't very long.
Was there any kissing?
I don't think so.
There you go. Chick lit.
But there was couples in it, and it was like they're trying to get home for like Christmas, but they got stuck in a snowstorm and they're in the train depot, and they're just all become friends by the end of it. They're cranky, and then by the end with the townsfolk and all that stuff, so they kind of had a nice little Christmas there or whatever. And then I read One Corpse Open Sleigh by Dakota Cassidy. And that one is part of it's the third book in the Marshmallow Hollow series, which is a spin-off of her Witchless in Seattle series. You meet Holiday, I think, in book 10 of the Witchless in Seattle series, and then after that, you get the spin-off or whatever, and I like it. It's fun. It's probably too paranormal for Tiffany because there is a talking reindeer, and I mean, the reason there's a talking reindeer is because it's her grandmother's spirit is inside the reindeer or whatever. And because they're witches.
Oh, okay.
And so she's died, but she went in, I guess, to the reindeer or whatever. But her familiar is a hummingbird called Atticus, and he's adorable. Cool. And yeah, it's got good characters. I like it. It's fun. There's only one more left. There's only 4 in the spinoff, so I have 1 more left. But that's all the Christmas I got. Oh, wait. I watched a Christmas movie because I was like, I haven't been able to read much, so I watched Christmas Twister. So it's about a twister at Christmas time. So disaster movie. But I was like, hey, this has Christmas in the title. I'm going to watch it.
That sounds heartwarming.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Holiday
like Die Hard.
It was your typical,
I just got the warm fuzzies.
Where the guy says something's going to happen, but nobody believes him because he had a flub up in his past. And then this, of course it happens. And then nobody's prepared because nobody would believe him.
Gotcha.
Just that warm, fuzzy Christmas feeling.
Exactly. I wanted to read I'll Be Home for Mischief, but I just knew I wasn't going to get it done because I had too many eyeball books going. And yeah, there was just no way. I think I only got about 3 or 4% into it. I'll get to it because I really love that series, so I want to get to it.
I do too. Nice. I read I'll Be Home from Mischief, and then I read I'm in the middle of the 3rd. I might finish it. Well, maybe tomorrow. Of the Mona Marple series that we were talking about, the Kate Force. I can't think of what the 3rd is called. I was trying to look on my Goodreads. A Lost Clause. Okay, and then I read some romances that were Christmassy, very sweet. One of them was not Christmassy. It was called Wreck the Halls, and the only thing Christmas about it was it was set in December, and the title and the cover.
Don't make me go there, girl.
Right.
Well, mine was supposed to be. Mine didn't.
At least her cover was Christmas.
Well, when you looked at it at first, said, "Ooh, that looks Christmassy," so don't even.
It does.
Well, I'm also in the blind category, so I get you. I feel you, even with my glasses.
No, my people.
Yeah,
I got contacts. Those of them can't see. It's all nice and blurred.
So
I see just fine unless it's a book or something to read, and then I can't see it.
Yeah, I can't even. Yeah. I thought of you when I started it and figured you would have read it. Yes, she. That's Mona Marple. She did. She recommended it to me. I swear we have the same taste in reading. It's those little naughty elves messing with the tech. Maybe
they were doing something.
The elves.
Elves always done
Emily
What?
says, Sonia, you look amazing. She needs you to say it louder. Her ears aren't big
What?
enough.
What? I was gonna say my ear itches.
You're never late, Sherry. We're so glad to see you. She says, hello, everyone.
Actually, Sherry, you got here just in time because I seen when you popped on, and it was just when we got the techie stuff figured out. So.
There you go. Sonia, you look fantastic, but I sure hope you are in air conditioning.
I'm gonna tell y'all a secret because I trust y'all. I am in air conditioning, but this is a table here where I have my computer, the windows facing here. I have a fan underneath the table because it is a little warm up in here.
That's why I'm not dressed like that, because I was like, it's too hot.
I have a ceiling fan here and a fan under the table because it's warm.
And I got my little ceiling, my little fan that's hooked to my computer blowing right at me.
And this is not really. I mean, it looks sweatery, but it really is not a thick sweater. It's really, it's my menopausal sweater. It's perfectly fine. I can have my own personal summers and then be.
It would have been fun to wear my Grinch sweater, but it was too hot. Because I don't get enough time wearing my Grinch stuff.
I have a whole box of Christmas clothes and I never get to all of them.
I know. I have way too many.
Something about me.
You have to do you rotate them within the years? Like, these are the ones I'm going to wear this year, and these are the ones I'm going to wear next year.
Well, I used to do that, but I've had a big weight loss in the last couple of years. So with that, I've had to kind of go, okay, these are just, I have some that they just bag. I can't wear them anymore. But I have a couple of some of my thicker sweaters that they look oversized, and that's kind of fashion. Like, that's what people wear anyway. So that doesn't bother me. But I have some pants that are just I put them, I'd have to walk around with suspenders or something. So
that's when you need to be really good with sewing, I guess.
I do have a sewing machine. I do kind of make my own stuff, but there's some things that you just can't, like knitted stuff or whatever. You can't take that in. The seams would show too bad. Thank you, Amy.
Amy said, Sonia, you look great. You went all out with the Christmas decorations and all. I love it.
Ball humbug.
Ball humbug. Well, my North Pole sign was coming out, but my husband said no.
My husband just tells people don't encourage her, but he's only kidding. And then to me, he says, "Hey, listen, I wish I lived in the same world as you." I'm like, it's a fun place.
I think we live in the same world, Tiffany.
What's that?
I think so. We live in the same world.
Yeah, we really do.
I don't know if I want to live there year round, but to go visit might be fun.
I would move to Mistletoe, Maine, or Rudolph. It's so
heartbeat
tomorrow.
I'm the same.
Too cold.
Yep.
Bye, Missouri.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to be in the cold, but just like the coziness of it and the
Well, I would definitely
and
visit, but I couldn't live there.
All of that. I love it so much.
I would want to play the reindeer games at least once.
Is there a bookshop there? Because I can't remember if they visit a bookshop.
Oh, ladies, we can move there and open a bookshop.
There you go.
There we go.
Look at that. Entrepreneurship.
Ooh, cozy treats.
No, I don't remember a bookshop.
I think it's perfect. Hey, Jordan. It's good to see you.
Time with Miss Sonia.
Oh, that would be amazing. But I also would have to do it at least once a week because I want to read to the kids.
We can team do it.
There we go. We could do voices, team up.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Anita said, I love the mug.
Thank you. Santa's pants. There's a lot of jokes, but there you go. Santa's pants.
They're adorable.
I love it. I think I got it for
you.
Oh, she said, Amy, I've gotten so many good recommendations from you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I'm fangirling a little bit that Amy's here. She was one of my first booktubers. Tiffany and Amy were my first two cozy mystery booktubers. So I'm fangirling a little. And I love you, Storm. You make me read romance when I don't read romance.
and the retro ones to boot. So
Jenny says, hi, everyone. Merry Christmas in July. Sonia, I'm loving your outfit. Simply Delicious Vegan. I like your profile. Like she said, hello everyone. I'm just glad to be here and say all of my favorite YouTubers on here from California. Oh, we're so happy you're here.
Gosh, she's beautiful.
So happy that you're here. Glenda, Florida is where I grew up. Yes, it's very crazy humid. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina now. Well, it is. I am not from Florida, and it was a lot to get used to. And I've said this before, but the weirdest thing was getting used to the holidays because we would go to like the my aunt and uncle's clubhouse for Christmas dinner, and people would be swimming, and I'm like, on December 25th, because you can. And so, but so it never felt like what I was used to because I'm from up north, and
it's like from all of the ones that we know that live in like Australia, it's like summertime for their Christmas or whatever, and it's kind of
Right.
I'm over here belly aching about the heat and humidity in Tennessee, and Tips like. Oh, that's funny. I lived in Arizona for 7 years. I miss the mountains. I miss the desert because of all the stars at night. I don't blame you there.
We traveled through Arizona at night in a rainstorm, and it was really pretty seeing the lightning strike the mountains or whatever up in there. It was very pretty.
We have the most beautiful sunrises and sunsets too. Like they're so colorful, like bright oranges, bright pinks, and it's just I haven't seen it in another state yet, so I love it.
Desert sunsets and sunrises are my favorite colors. Like that's my favorite color scheme. Those oranges and pinks, and the Sedona sunset is what my friend Carmen calls it. And she's like, "There's nothing more beautiful than those skies like that."
Oh yeah,
That is
Sedona is
awesome.
so gorgeous too.
We marry you
I
from
think everything
Arizona?
has its plus.
I live in northern Arizona, so not.
But I mean, are
quite
you
Sedona.
from Arizona?
Yes, It's actually the only state I've lived in.
Okay,
So.
gotcha.
Missouri's the only one I've been into. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, until I moved here, I was, Illinois, born and raised on the playground. No, sorry. Sorry.
I lived in Colorado when I was too young to remember it.
I think Colorado would be a really nice state too.
It's
I have
lovely.
lived.
Yeah.
I was born in this area where I live. I grew up. The same area where I was. I grew up. We never moved. We never went anywhere.
Yeah.
You have deep roots.
That's right. That's right. So I figure we'll hop into we'll do a few never have I evers with everybody, and then we'll go back to more comments, and that way we can kind of get a few in of both. So
Are we drinking?
no.
Oh, well, never have I ever usually a drinking game, isn't it?
I got my tea ready.
I mean, I got spiked eggnog, but no.
Peppermint tea.
There you
Peppermint
go.
mocha.
There you go. Never have I ever you raise your hand if you have, right?
I think so.
Right.
I always thought it was drinking, but
Well, you can drink if you would like to.
I don't drink.
However you want to, you can drink if you would like to. But I think it's like you raise your hand, right? I mean, like you.
Or like
If you've done it, I think you say raise your
Yeah,
hand.
you drink or you say raise your hand or whatever it would be.
Okay.
In Sonia's case, you drink. I don't care.
You get that all down so you can get you a little brandy or something in there.
Girl, I don't do that. Do you really want me intoxicated on the internet? Probably not.
You're intoxicated enough without the drink, right?
I'm intoxicated. Thank you.
you're intoxicated on life.
Right.
That's right.
I'm goofy
so-
enough. Do not give me booze.
Yeah, I mean, I like wine, but I'm goofy, so I'm goofy enough, like with nothing. So, yeah.
Yeah, Bianca says raise or drink if you have. So
There you go. Okay, so never have I ever started wrapping gifts on Christmas Eve.
No.
I may have. I don't remember doing it, but I feel like my college years could have been very well. That could have happened.
I'm a Christmas procrastinator. I buy my gifts usually on Christmas.
Oh, but see, I don't shop on. I'm
So
definitely.
stressful.
I'm definitely
People in
not
the comments, if that's you, like put a thumbs up or something. That would be cool to see, like in the comments.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Please answer in the comments. Every time we play games, we always play an
thumbs
answer.
up or something.
Um,
Or
I
Santa
wrap-
Claus if you like.
I wrap for a job. Like I wrap people's gifts as a job.
Ooh.
So I have to start October 31st. I mean, last year I wrapped over 2,000 presents. So
Wow.
it's
So everybody brings their
Wow.
gifts to your house. Is that what you're saying?
usually, or I have 5 families that will just send their order online and send their Amazon or send their whatever to me. And then I wrap it and then store it for them. And then they come pick it up or I'll deliver whenever they want to put it around their Christmas tree. And I
Wow.
have one family that I decorate her tree for her. So when I decorate her tree, I also bring her gifts too. And they don't decorate their tree because they have a fresh one 2 weeks before Christmas. So I've been called Sonia Claus since I was 16 because
Oh,
I wrap gifts. I used to wrap gifts for our school principal and all the teachers at high school. That was like my first job.
Nobody wants me to wrap their gift.
I'm
I
not good at
enjoy it.
wrapping either, but my husband is really good at wrapping, like really good. And he said that in college, him and another one of his frat brothers worked at Hallmark over holiday season wrapping gifts, and he is fantastic at it. He doesn't necessarily want to do it when I ask him, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I definitely don't shop. I am an early shopper because, like Amy said, I would get too anxious waiting till like anywhere close. And I don't even remember wrapping on Christmas Eve. I raised my hand because I feel like there were some college years where I was just like, oh, it's Christmas Eve, and then, but I don't know.
I'm just one of those that can't hang on to the gifts. I want to give them as soon as I get them. I want the other person to have them. So if I go shopping too early, then they're not going to have a Christmas gift because I'm like, here you go. Now my gift wrapping usually consists of a Walmart bag. Here you go.
That's festive.
I would, I mean, whatever works. I definitely use gift bags of quite often instead of wrapping for sure. Cause I'm with you. So here's the next one. Never have I ever scoured or looked for my gifts like that somebody got you, like your spouse, your parents, you went looking for them knowing that they were hidden somewhere.
like unwrapped.
Sure. Yeah. Looked or unwrapped. I definitely am not unwrapped, but I feel like as a kid I might have, but I definitely haven't.
I've shook mine before that were under the tree, but I've
Yes.
never actively sought them out. But I do have a story about my brother. Because they told me this story because I was probably maybe just a baby when it happened or whatever because he was real small, but he went snooping and found they had a big hope chest and it had all of his gifts in there. They were wrapped and everything, but they were all in there. And he went snooping, he found them and everything. Well, they knew he found them, so they took him out while he was gone and put him in grandma's house. And then he went, and then they told him, you know what happens to naughty boys that look for their gifts and everything? They don't get anything for Christmas. And he went to look again, and there was no gifts in there. And he was all pouty all the way up to Christmas because he thought he wasn't going to get any gifts.
When I was in 3rd grade, I decided that I was going to do just unwrap all of my gifts and rewrap them because I was such a rap star. And so my mother took all of my gifts, and I didn't get anything that year. She told me I made Santa mad, and I didn't get anything that year. It was my least favorite Christmas. I was traumatized. But I couldn't peek anymore, and I still don't. So I guess I learned a lesson.
I like looking around the tree at the wrapped gifts and trying to guess a little bit, but I've never looked for them like unwrapped.
That's why I said,
or
like,
anything.
I've shook ones underneath the tree to see if I can figure it out, but I've never actively sought them out.
I like the surprise. Like my nephews, I have, Amy might not know this. I have 16-year-old nephews that are boys, and they will. I have a 21-year-old niece, and their parents still ship their presents to me because I wrap them and keep them. They will peek in my windows. They have broken into my car to look through.
Wow.
Like they're that nosy, and I was like, guys, don't you want to be surprised?
Right.
You're a kid not knowing. I don't get that. It's like it just takes the fun out of it if you do all of
Nowadays, I don't get surprised about anything because usually I have to tell my dad what he can get me.
Like-
I like this thing over here. You could, really.
Never have I ever, for everybody on the panel and in the chat, cut down a fresh Christmas tree.
No.
Say that one more.
Cut down a
What did you
fresh
say?
Christmas tree.
Oh,
Have you ever cut down a fresh Christmas tree? I have.
Yeah.
It was the only bonding experience. Me and my brother, we actually went out there and done it together and didn't argue or fight or anything. And my parents were like, they're going and they're doing this on their own. Even if they come back with a Christmas tree, a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, we're going to decorate it. We're going to be happy about it. And we brought back this one that was like huge, like a huge bottom. It's really tall. And they're like,
I found out I was allergic to cedar sap.
Oh.
I'm not allergic to the cedar pines or this, but I am allergic to cedar sap. Like my eyes swell shut and I can't breathe.
Huh.
So yeah, we don't do real trees in our house anymore.
But I don't do a tree anymore, so we don't.
I do not.
We have fake trees.
My husband and I have fake trees, but when I was much younger, we used to do fresh trees.
I've thought about seeing if I can get one that's small enough I could stick up on there, but yeah.
Yeah, little like miniature one
Like
or
the ones
something
that,
like that.
ones that go on the little what do they call them? Like the Christmas towns or whatever. They have like the little.
Yeah, I have one that fits on my desk at work, and it's not. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I have one that's this
Like
big
that.
and he sings. He's Douglas the Talking Fur. He's from the early 90s. I still have him and he still sings. My brother and I used to put like Mariah Carey in him and
that's funny.
Metallica and listening to him
That's
do
cool.
Snoop Dogg was pretty funny too, But I still have that from when we were younger.
That is awesome.
Ooh.
Let's see what everybody's. Moira said, I'm about an hour north of Montreal, where you go from minus a gazillion in January and plus a gazillion in July. Yeah, pretty extreme, Moira.
That's rough.
Happy Christmas in July from Southern California. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are hot here today, a high of 100 degrees, so I am cooked over here. Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
Somebody needs to tell God we're falling off the bone.
I mean, we're
Turn it
tender.
down.
We can be taken off the spit, I'm sure.
Yes, set off the oven. We're
Really?
falling off the bone.
My friend texted me earlier, and she's like, "The heat index is supposed to be 100 the next couple of days or whatever it is." She goes, "Remind me of how much I hate this whenever I'm freezing cold and I'm complaining about winter."
I mean,
I said I would take the heat over the cold any day, so
I'll take the cold.
I'd take the heat, but only because I'm a water baby. Like I want to be out in the sun and water almost all the time. So,
Are there jellyfish by Florida, like in the ocean there?
Yeah, we have almost every like weird living, alligators, lots of snakes, lizards that fall out of the tree. Do you get that? Do you have big iguanas there in Arizona?
We have like Gila monsters. They're like these poisonous lizards, I think. They're
really-
pretty creepy. We get
they're really
rattlesnakes.
annoying.
Yeah, they are. They're
Yeah, I swear because we get our big iguanas. They're not poisonous, but they when it gets cold enough, they fall out of the tree. They like lose their grip in the tree. They'll literally fall out of the tree, and they're like huge, so they can hurt somebody.
So it's like you're walking to work one day and an iguana falls on your head and injures you, and you have to call in, and they're like,
Damn.
what's your excuse? And you're like, well, an iguana fell on my head.
That would be my luck. And then no one would believe me. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, she's trying to get out of work."
Mm-hmm.
I was late to work once
Yeah.
because we had a pack of javelina, like these little pig creatures. I don't know if they have them
Yeah.
in the East. I'm not really sure. Okay. And they were blocking the road, and I was like, yeah, I'm not messing with those
Yeah.
guys. Like, I'm gonna wait till
No.
they like cross the street themselves.
We have wild boar.
Yep.
We have wild forest boars that are like
Okay.
pigs, but they're a little bigger
They're
than your
little nasty
javelinas,
creatures.
but they're vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Feral.
really
Yeah,
protective of their
feral.
young.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah. We I mean, we have like a lot of like sand cranes and stuff like that, and as you know, they have like the really hard long beaks. And I was sitting reading, and I heard bash like on my sliding glass door, and one of them thought that it was fighting itself and hit my sliding glass door so hard with that beak that it cracked the sliding glass door. Well, it went all the way through the screen a hole and cracked like when a rock hits your like windshield really hard, like just and then did it 2 more times. But you couldn't believe how loud it was. It was incredible because he thought he was fighting himself. I don't know how he didn't knock himself out, to be honest with you, because it had to be stunning at least the first couple times. Oh,
Yeah.
like dang.
I think I can handle everything in Florida except for the alligator part. I just
which
I
you
don't
know,
reptile.
I can't. A lot of times, people will have. They're like, "Look at my ring," and it will be an alligator that like set off their camera. It's just like standing at the door.
Just like I told you
They
the other
really
day.
don't bother you. That's only. It's, I mean, and I'm being serious. They really don't bother you. Like even if they sunbathe, because they love to sunbathe during the day. So they'll lay out like I have a pond. I live on a pond, so in my subdivision, so they'll like lay out on like the sunbank, but they really don't bother you unless you bother them or get close to them or something like that. But
it's like
they come to the doors because during mating season they only walk straight. So they think they're gonna. So they literally try to come to your door because they want to walk straight through your house to get to the next pond, but they don't like walk around. They just straight. So.
Are they not autonomously able to do so?
I didn't ask them. I've never asked. I just,
But it's like I said that one guy that I like to.
You've never asked an aroused alligator why he doesn't walk straight. Why he only walks straight.
No, but my grandmother, she used to have 2 alligators by her pond, and they would sit out and they would curl their tails like this, and she'd say, "See, Tiffany, everybody finds love." Aww. And she said, "Which one do you think is boy or girl, or do you think they're?" And she's like, "Why don't you go mark one of them with this pink nail polish?" And she was joking, but she's like, "Well, go out there and like make a slash on one of their tails." She was, of course, kidding.
She's not like Gertie from Miss Fortune series and feeding them casseroles.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Ma'am, I don't reptile. No thanks.
Don't feed the wildlife.
No, I don't like. I like a frog. They're cold blooded, but that's about it. No man.
It's like that
Mother
guy
Goose said,
I
"I love
that you like to watch," and I said he's activate the flip phone or whatever. And he gets all the
yeah. My husband
the weirdest things happening in Florida because he's always like, they're Florida in here or whatever, and he's like, activate the flip phone, and it's hilarious because it's like, oh my goodness, some people are just not smart.
I love nature. I just do not want it to touch me or surprise me.
I agree.
No, I mean that's fair. I think that's fair. I loved the Daryl Wood Gerber Fairy Garden series. The covers are adorable, Mother Goose. See, I live in the deep south and we have horrible heat. Oh my gosh, my thing. Have horrible heat, humidity, but fairly mild winters. I think it's unfair. People up north have horrible winters and summers like we have. That is true.
Yeah. But then there's sometimes
have one or the other.
When my friend in West Virginia is like, it's like 50 degrees here today in the winter. And I'm like, shut up. It's 30 here. It's not fair. You are up north. I'm not. Because I'm in the southern Missouri. So
give like, me 30 all day long. I'll take it year round.
Oh, she's Diva Temple's ring stocking around the Christmas tree as well.
Oh, good. I hope you enjoy it.
Simply Delicious Vegan said, I agree, but we haven't hit the 100 Rocky Mountain. Oh, to Amy. Whew. In my city yet. You said you were in California. Whew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Moira, that is the same here in Central Illinois, -20 to 101. Yeah. I grew up near where Emily lives now, in very central part of Illinois. And
Where we're at, it could be all that in one day.
It's crazy.
Fairly mild winter this go around, I think. So.
Oh, reading the Thursday Murder Club. We have a lot of people in our group that love that.
I like that series.
That love that book. Yeah. She said it's crazy, isn't it? Oh, Annie said the Cookbook Nook is also running series by Daryl Wood Gerber.
Yes,
Thank you,
That's the one
Annie.
I was trying to think of, and I couldn't think of the name of it.
Emily said Cajun is horribly unfair, especially, oh my goodness, especially it can be cold one day, then super hot the next. Yeah. Cynthia says, hi, everyone. Y'all look adorable. Thank you, Cynthia. It's good to see you. And I'm going to try to pop them up, but if they don't, Social Bianca says, hello. Good to see you. Said,
if you're having mousy problems, it's okay. You don't have to pop them up.
I know. Said, thank you. Said they seem like good books. And then she said, hello, Bianca. I don't think in the Mono Marple as paranormal just goes off to a new realm. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said it. Maybe it's because it's not paranormal that it works for me, but it's more like Sonia said, like you said, very more whimsical, and I just kind of roll with it.
I think it's a little bit more on the fantasy side than paranormal.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
because I mean, think of like
whimsical
and those things as like a fantasy type people.
True. Oh yeah, the housekeeper. He wants to do it all. He does not like when people do his job. The housekeeper in the Mono Marple series. That is his job. I read "'Twas the Bite Before Christmas" by David Roosevelt. Oh my gosh, the Andy Carpenter series. I love that series. I've never read one, but the covers on those are the most adorable things ever. They're so cute.
I want to read it.
They're so cute. Social media says, LOL, that's me explaining it to my husband. I don't remember who sent it to me, but somebody sent me, and I was like, this is exactly what it looks like. And I might have sent it to Sonia. It was a guy, he's like playing on a video game, and he's kind of like lounging, and this woman comes sliding into the room. She's holding her book, and she's like, and you can't hear what she's saying, but she's like flipping her book and like all animated, and the guy's sitting there the whole time with the like like remote control going. And she's like, I was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. That's what it looks like when a reader's trying to explain things to a non-reader. Yes.
Yep. Oh, here comes Christmas Cairo. Hi, buddy. Bianca said that mug is so cute. All right. Hi, bud. Oh, never have I ever ate the cookies left out for Santa. Never have I ever ate the Christmas cookies out for Santa. I think I did when I was a kid, but
well, that's why I was like, I don't think so, but I can't remember if I did as a kid or not. I don't think
I've been Santa, so when I've delivered gifts, I eat the cookies. I mean, I don't want to, of course, but you just have to do what you have to do. Part of the job.
Sacrifices.
I'm all about it.
There you go. I mean, it was a must. It had to be done, Sonia. It had to be done.
Do you ever take a bite out of one and put it back so it looks like Santa was there taking it,
I've done that not because Santa looked there, but just because the cookie wasn't very good.
My parents used to do it when they would put out stuff.
Not an accident. I am not leaving a good cookie. That's not.
It's like on the Santa Claus with Tim Allen and the milk, and he's like, you know, whatever it is, and she's like, it's, you know, you said you were lactose intolerant.
I remember that scene. I love those movies. They're so fun.
Mhm.
That's funny. That's
So,
funny.
what is your favorite Christmas movie to watch? Do you have a Christmas movie that you watch every single year and look forward to it, or do you just have? Do you do like a Chris, like all of them, or is it just always Hallmark? What do you all do?
Well, I always love Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen. I think that's hilarious. I love the Santa Claus series. And then I have a list of all of my favorite Christmas episodes from TV shows. So like all the
Oh,
Scooby-Doo
nice.
Christmas, all the Jetsons, the Flintstones, like each of those. And I'll go and hunt those down so I can watch all the Christmas episodes. So I feel like I forget about them otherwise. But that's my
Oh,
system.
that's awesome.
White Christmases, I can't, like, I probably watch it 3 or 4 times, but White Christmas is usually always in the background when I'm putting up my Christmas things, or
I
and
usually watch White
Rudolph.
Christmas on Christmas.
You watch White
Oh, I
Christmas
like
on
that.
Christmas. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, it's the music for me. Like, I can watch that on loop because I like the music from it. And then The Grinch That Stole Christmas, and Tiffany knows she
Yes.
sent me the You're a Bad Banana with a Greasy Black Peel. My brother and I thought that greasy banana was hysterical. And so anytime mom would say, well, what are you guys doing? You know, or where are you going? We'd be like, greasy banana. And that was kind of a joke with us. And my brother passed away in 2005. So the Grinch is something that I enjoy watching. It just makes me feel like he's there. So, and
I
Tiffany
watch
got me
That
a
is
really
awesome.
cool ornament that said greasy banana on it last year. So
Oh.
it was really sweet.
I usually always watch Charlie Brown.
I love Charlie Brown.
Me too.
And I like White Christmas. I like Miracle on 34th. But then, you know, I watch a lot of holiday stuff, and as long as it's really Christmas, or like kind of that season. But I do usually always fit in those few.
Do you have a favorite Miracle on 34th Street?
No, but well, probably the oldest one, or I think it would be the oldest one, probably.
See, I like the one from the 90s. That's
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite.
no, this isn't. I don't know if I've seen it, Storm, the one from the 90s.
That one's really good. But I like the black and white, like, and the 70s.
That's the one I always watch.
And the one from the 70s is okay too. But, yeah.
I love the old Macy's. Like, I love looking at the old buildings and all the architecture and stuff in the old one, because like the old Macy's building is just incredible, and it's still standing. I mean, it's still in New York. So I find it fascinating that those, you know, growing up from strip mall, you know, I grew up and everything was a strip mall. Like Macy's is like a, you know, a mall, and see the building with all of the levels. I just think that's cool.
I watched.
Well, I like the window.
Oh yeah.
In honor of my mother, because we used to watch that all the time. So, and I used to argue with her that I wasn't going to watch it because it was in black and white, and I don't watch black and white movies. And I was 18, and I watched a different movie that was black and white with Bing Crosby. It was called Holiday Inn. It had Fred Astaire in it, and I laughed so much. I thought it was great. After that, I watched all kinds of black and white movies, but it just took that one movie to be like, you know, just because it's black and white doesn't mean it's bad, you know, because when you're like a teenager, you're like, I don't watch some black and white movies.
Yeah. I say Elf too. Like, I always watch Elf. I think it's hysterical. I laugh at the same places every time, and it's so heartwarming. I cry every time when the sleigh goes up in the sky, when everybody gets the Christmas spirit. I hope that's not spoilers for anyone. That's I love that movie. It's so heartwarming but still funny, you know.
When I was a kid, I loved Lampoon. Oh yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. When I was a kid, I loved Prancer.
Yeah, I love Prancer. I like to try to find it to watch, but a lot of times that one's on channels that I have to pay for or something, and I'm like, wow. But yeah, I like to watch the older ones that I like grew up with, like One Magic Christmas, I think is what it's called.
And Amy, I don't know if do you have Hulu?
No, I don't. We have Netflix.
I just wanted to Oh, okay. Because the last couple years on Hulu, they put up a TV only Christmas episodes of the shows that they already have. So like you know what I'm saying? They have a Christmas section,
Yeah.
and it'll be like all the Big Bang's Christmas show episodes, and each one of their shows that they have like the Christmas episodes separated out in like a section. So
Ooh, I
it's
love
kind of
that.
nice.
YouTube
Yeah,
has
it's
that
kinda nice.
too. It's like Nick at Night, Christmas something. Someone, it's probably not legal to do, I guess, but somebody has done all the Christmas episodes of like Laverne and Shirley and Welcome Back, Kotter and I Love Lucy and whatever.
One of
That's
my
awesome.
favorite newer Christmas shows is the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell as Santa.
Oh, I haven't
Kurt
seen that.
Russell is
I haven't
one
seen that one.
fine looking Santa.
Yes. It's on Netflix usually, so you'll have to look it up. It's on Netflix.
I will. I will.
It's worth watching because he's
Yeah, he has a little song and dance moment in there. He sings like there's a Christmas Santa singing song in there. So
yeah.
you would like it.
That is awesome. I'm gonna reading Christmas books has been different because how hot it is. I agree.
But does it
Particularly
make you
this
feel
season. I
cooler
agree.
reading them because they're in a colder like climate?
I don't know. Oh, Cairo. He's like, Susan says, "Hi, Amy Marie."
Hi, Susan.
Amy, are you related to Susan? You have the same kid.
Not that I know of, but
Amy
we could
Marie,
be twins.
Susan
That'd be fun.
Moira said, "I saw a meme recently about not being able to watch a movie with a sick animal, but reading about serial killers / murder for fun." I mean, and I'm guilty of that. I'm totally guilty of that. Like, I mean, not the serial killer part, because my level of scarediness is it's a great pumpkin Charlie Brown. But I'm just saying, like,
I'm like totally like I would get so upset if somebody kills an animal in the book or a movie.
A dragon. I was lit when I watched Game of Thrones and something would happen to a dragon, and I'm like, it's like it's a dragon. Why? But I would be so upset. Now the people, but the dragon.
It's like they have to do this with horror movies, especially like the water ones, like Meg. And like you're watching that movie the whole time going, that little dog better survive because he's out there in the water, and you're like, get out of the water, get out of the water. You know, the whole time
I would be able to do it.
You're fretting through the whole thing because they're on a boat or whatever it is, and there's that little dog, and you're like, about to have a cow because the little dog's gonna get ate.
If something happens to the dog, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It's like, ooh, and you root for the dog the whole time. Who cares about the people? That's like, no, come on.
I agree. All right. Never have I ever took credit for a homemade item. So, well, you claimed it was homemade. So you bought something at the store, like cookies, and you're like, here, I put it in your own tub, and you're like, I made these.
I always say I should do that, but I haven't done it.
I don't think so.
There's a series by Julia Buckley called the Undercover Dish series. And it shows you how, so that is what she does. Well, she bakes and cooks for people who can't really cook. So, but they don't want people to know. So they need it for a church luncheon or for like a tea party or something. So she'll make it for them. And then they meet privately, real secretly, and they exchange it. So in the first book, I was like, well, this could go very wrong. And in the first book, the chili that she made is poisoned. And so, I'm like, oh, well.
That's what happens in the Agatha Raisin.
I was just going to say in the first book.
Yeah, in the first book of Agatha Raisin, she was in a quiche contest, but she didn't make the quiche. She bought the quiche, and then somebody died.
And so then she has to explain to everybody that it wasn't her quiche, which makes everybody mad at her because she's trying to pass off.
Of course.
Yeah. I will say something like when I buy something like at Schnucks or something, I'll be like, "Oh, Auntie Schnucks made that," or Uncle.
Yeah,
Uncle
you do make that joke too,
or something.
Yeah,
but I don't ever. No, I mean, no.
Yeah, I say those kind of things too, but I wouldn't try to claim it as my own. I don't think people would believe me anyways.
I'm always saying we should get like those pumpkin pies that they have at Walmart, take it out of the thing and be like, look what I made. But I never do it.
Yeah. Does anybody have good Christmas recommendations that they've read from other years to recommend?
I think that this series is excellent. This series
it's one of my favorite series of all time.
Do not want immersive Christmas. Like if you just want a smattering of Christmas, this is not for you. This is the kind of Christmas I like. I want to be dunked in it, baptized in it, rolled around in it, powdered in it, thrown around. I want it everywhere. I don't think. I mean, Tiffany heard you talk about it.
Fans of the Christmas Tree Farm.
Yes, Christmas Tree Farm and All Around Christmas Town are very much the same as far as the depth of Christmas in it, for sure.
I will say, both are some of my favorite series and two of my favorite series. And I'm the same way. I want to be totally immersed in it. The more Christmas, the better. You couldn't put too much in it for me. And I do think that they have the same amount of Christmas, but I do feel like the Christmas Tree Farm is much more whimsical and lighter than the year-round Christmas.
Yes. I feel like the family is more like huggy, touchy, lovey, caring. Yeah. Like her mother is very kind of like, Mrs. Cunningham from Happy Days, and her and the mother in this one is more of like this Broadway diva, kind of like, this sort of parent, you know what I mean? Like, I love you, but don't mess up your makeup, that kind of thing. Right. But I feel like that those are both, like, as far as Christmas goes, Christmas
for sure,
all over the place on the side. I think that
for
would be
sure. And the year-round. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay.
No,
I read Sugar Plumbed Poisoned by Jen McKinley from the Cupcake Bakery Mystery Series last year. It was all the Christmas food, the cupcakes, it was so good. There was like Christmas, like singing, like a concert and everything, and I was living for that one. So that was a fun Christmas edition in that series. It's Cupcake Bakery themed for the whole series, but that individual one was very Christmassy. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's so many Christmas ones, like Amy said, that are fantastic, but they're within, a series. And because, there's so many good ones. And I think that in the Killer Chocolate series by Christine Rummerall that I mentioned earlier, the first one is obviously Christmas, but I think the second one's Christmas too.
Yeah, they're
both. Wasn't it like Nutcracker Nightmare or something?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they're both Christmas.
So the two that are out in that, but the Christmas, year-round Christmas, what I was going to say was, it is super like filled with like puns and, like the sisters are like Carol and, Noelle or Ivy, and then Noelle, her name is Mary, but it's spelled. That's right, but Noelle Mary is spelled like Merry Christmas. She works at a Christmas store called Mrs. Claus's Treasures. Like Rudolph, New York is where they live. Like it's just all very Christmassy, as much as you can put in. But I love that. It's definitely not the series for everybody. If you don't, if you just wanted a tad.
I need to get to that series.
I have I only have one cozy, and that would be a Cajun Christmas Killing, which is the third book in the Cajun Country mystery series by Ellen Byron and everything. Just because it's different seeing it from like the whole Cajun perspective on Christmas and everything. I think it's pretty fun.
That's a great one, Storm.
Others, I have The Christmas Spirit by Debbie May Comer is one of my favorite Debbie May Comer books. And then Sleigh Bells Ring by Rayanne Thane was another one of my favorite Christmas ones.
The Christmas Cajun one, the Ellen Byron one, she talked about like the bonfires and just like all sorts of traditions that people in Louisiana take part in that. Like I had never heard of. It was really interesting. And then I was going to say there is one, Raquel V. Reyes and her Caribbean Kitchen. I think it was the last one was around that time. They do talk about like a little bit. They celebrate a little bit differently, and they celebrate a couple days after with another major holiday for them, but it's around the same time. And it was really interesting to see all the customs and stuff. It was really good. That's in the Caribbean Kitchen.
There was a
That sounds
5-star read for me last Christmas. That was the Windy Day, Sally and Pearl. Mexico and Margaritas was the first one. The Christmas one was the second one, and I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. But they went to a kind of like a ski lodge, snowy town, so it had the atmosphere of Christmas, and it was very touching and heartwarming because there were a lot of parts. There were a lot of feelings and things with the two main characters that you didn't know about them, and they kind of let that go. And I absolutely love that. It was probably my favorite Christmas read I read last year. And Mexico Margaritas was number 1, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it. I think I gave it maybe 3.5 stars, but the second one I gave 5 stars. I loved it.
Nice.
Wait, I
read the first one.
The Royal Spinus Mystery Series, if you like historical fiction cozy, the 12 Clues of Christmas and God Rest You Merry Gentlemen were both so good. And the 12 Clues of Christmas like literally had like 12 different, like it was so intricate, the plot, it was amazing. But it had like a traditional English like Christmas meals and all these like traditions I had no idea existed. It was so cool.
That is awesome. And that is also one of my favorite series. And you just reminded me when you said that of in Ellie Alexander's Bake Shop series. She has multiple Christmas books, but she has one where they do a Charles Dickens feast, and it like they do like the whole period, and it was so fun. I don't remember which Christmas because I think that there's she has multiple in her series, but it was really fun.
It's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm sure some of my favorite series had Christmas, but I just don't remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and almost all of them, you know, the Beacon Bake Shop has a Christmas. I feel like almost all the series at some point have like the
Amish candy shop has a Christmas
holiday. Yeah,
I think it's hard to recommend Christmas books, especially because most of the time those Christmas books fall in the center of the series.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying.
A series reader, it's hard to say, oh, there's this great Christmas one, start
Like
here, but 3 books in front of that, you know. I know most books you can read out of order, but a lot of people prefer.
Well, it's like with the Cajun Country series, at least it's number 3, so it's not too far down in the line, but it is still. I would have to read 1 and 2 first, you know.
I think this was number 3 in the series, but this whole series is Christmas. So
I read the first one in that series. I need to get back to it. I haven't.
Oh, Pat, I'm so sorry. I hope you get feeling better very soon. Bump off the whole town for all I care, but the cat better live 87 years. It's exactly what Storm was talking about earlier. I agree. I can't do anything with animals, but it isn't cozy, but I read only in December. Oh, okay. Nice. Cool. Well, that's okay. It doesn't have to be a Christmas
I
story.
read a romance, and she read romance. So yeah, it was just I wanted to throw in a Christmas horror, but I just didn't have time. Just for Tiffany.
Now that I feel like I told you I was joking. I think I even commented when I watched your announcement video. I was like, in Storm's first question when I said, hey, do you want to do Christmas in July? She said, does it have to be a cozy mystery? I said, oh, no, absolutely not. She said, so it could be anything. She said, it could be romance and blah, 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 and cozy horror. And I was like, well, okay. I feel like cozy horror is like, well, first of all, I feel like it doesn't exist.
No, I said Christmas horror, not
Christmas horror.
Yeah.
What's that?
She said Christmas horror.
Not cozy.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of the same. But yeah.
But I'm just teasing you. Anybody can
If there's Krampus, see, I could have read a Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus is totally Christmas.
I
Scary.
didn't get to it, but I had it was a little picture book, and I was gonna read it, and it was Krampus. He was a little baby Krampus.
Tiffany is going to shake her head off, so
I'm with you, Tiffany.
I'm not a fan either. I don't think I'll be reading any Krampus.
No horror.
No.
Okay, that's kind of cute.
That looks cute. I could do that.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were going to show something.
So it's not scary.
No.
It's a picture book.
It's not. It wasn't scary. I thought you were going to. Yeah. My favorite Christmas book is Blue Christmas by Mary Kay Andrews. I read it every year. It is not cozy. I do like Mary Kay Andrews, though.
I need to read her. I have not tried her. But
I need to
know a
read
lot of
more.
people.
I do. I like her. I'm almost done with I'll Be Home from Mischief. 20% left. And then my 5-year-old said her favorite Christmas book is Paw Patrol Christmas and Llama Llama Christmas. I love that, Bianca.
I agree.
See, I
think
just
that
found
those
another
are-
one for it's Christmas Krampus or Good Night Krampus is what it was. Had the little Krampus guy on there.
Tiffany is still up there shaking her head. No Krampus for Tiffany.
Oh, here's a never have I ever had to hunt for batteries on Christmas. Like you get a new gift.
Oh,
And I know we did as a
And
kid.
the
I
batteries are
remember
not
like
included.
yeah,
Yes.
and then nothing's open because it's Christmas. At least when I was a kid. Now some stuff's open, but like when I was a kid, nothing. And like we'd be taking them out of remotes and stuff, like just to play with our new toys. Yeah. Now I feel like there's always something open, so you can find just about anything that you do need. I read Murder at Melrose Court, which I loved. I will read and continue with the series Mystery in White, 1930s British crime library novel, and a Lady Hardcastle short story, Murder at the Grange. Nice, Lou.
Well, if you like to listen to radio dramas, Jackie Just Chatters, I have it on one of my posts, but we did a radio show that you can listen to that's on Spotify, and it's a 6 or 7 segment murder on Hudson at Christmas time. So if you enjoy that, there is a little bit of a murder mystery with a 1930s radio vibe to it. So
That
I
is
haven't.
awesome.
Tiffany, did you listen to it?
I did. I listened to part of it, and then I
It's
was
not all been released because it gets released on every Tuesdays, like every episode.
but I
is
didn't.
like-
I didn't get to listen to all the whole part. I was at work, and and then some. Well, okay. In fairness, I do not have clients during the summer because my caseload is school kiddos, so I have no counseling cases during the summer. But I'm filling in some at the shelter and different stuff. But anyways, so I
She
still
just
have
gives them
meetings.
a book and tells them to go read in the corner.
I do. It's funny that you say, because my last job was residential in Illinois. I did counseling at a residential facility, and no matter how many years I worked there, which was 17, my mom still didn't understand that we didn't close on Christmas. I was like, we can't lock them. My first job when I first graduated was at a detention facility, which is where I met my husband. So I always say we met in jail. So she was like, I guess she thought that it translated into I was like, Mom, it's a residential rehabilitation. We can't just lock them in their room and leave. They live there 365 days a year. It's residential. So you're not closed on Christmas? No. No matter what.
I met my husband at a hotel, is what I tell people, because our first date was dinner at the Old Dutch Hotel. And so I always tell them I'm at the hotel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Makes it sound scandalous.
it's fun.
Well, yeah, that's why we always say jail, because people are like, sometimes I correct them. Sometimes if I don't know them, I just let them wonder whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, Storm, a talking reindeer. I need to check this series out. You sold her, Storm. Hey, Nancy. She says, Nancy here, cookies and hot chocolate, a house without a Christmas tree. Happy July Christmas. Happy July Christmas, Nancy. It's so good to see you. We'll get caught up on the comments because it is 8:30 and we'll do like one more and then we'll kind of sign off with what everybody has coming up on their channel or anything like that. I didn't read any Christmas books. I'm caught up in fantasy books at the moment. I'm a huge mood reader over here. Totally understandable, Amy. Jordan said, I read Ellie Alexander Bookshop Mystery, A Cup of Holiday Fear. I'm trying to read one a month. I am interviewing Ellie Alexander tomorrow. So at 7 p.m. I interviewed her once before, but she's now doing a podcast. She started a publishing house. She started the Mystery Festival. She has a new series. So I'm like, okay, I think it's time that, like we catch up. So that's tomorrow at 7. And it's just like this. It's live. So everybody feel like you can ask questions. She's very, very sweet and friendly. So join the conversation. So join us, Jordan. She's very sweet. Let me see. Bianca said, I want to play the games and get some of the in swag like her tote bag with the in logo. Yeah, the reindeer games do sound like it's one of my favorite parts of the books is the reindeer games, like the names and all that stuff.
We tried giving her ideas for reindeer games because she said she was running out.
Ooh.
I even tried to talk her into doing Christmas in July so we could get a book in the middle of the year instead of Christmas.
Cookie with her accents when she does bingo.
Yes, makes me laugh so much. Cookies is my favorite character.
Mine too.
And Christopher.
I swear, I still think Christopher.
I do too.
I mean, I think that Cookie is one of my favorite characters. Like, I think that she is a very underrated character in series because I love her so much. Mm-hmm. And I think when you mentioned to Julianne about doing a Christmas in July, this one ended up coming out much earlier than she thought because originally she thought she wasn't going to write it or we'll have it out until 2025. Yeah. So
I know whenever you were like, it's coming out in like November, I was like, wow, that's a lot earlier than she thought it was.
Yeah. Maggie says, hi, ladies. I love the Year-Round Christmas by Vicky Delaney. I also love The Blue Christmas by Mary Kay Andrews. Oh, my gosh. Year-Round Christmas is one of my favorites.
New people who have mentioned Blue Christmas, and I have to check it out.
I know. I'm sorry, y'all. The doctor gave me some meds that are making me sleepy. I feel Merry Christmas and happy reading. Bye, Pat. I hope you feel better. And Glenda said, I have some great recs from Amy also. That is awesome.
Thank you, Glenda.
That is awesome. I'm in South Texas, and holidays here are warm. A cold Christmas is rare. I try to find Christmas t-shirts and headbands so I don't overheat. Yes. I'm trying to. So I'm dressing up as Belle for Halloween, and I'm giving out books. And I got my dog a Beauty and the Beast costume. So he's going to be Beast. And I'm trying to cut. My husband is very tall and very thin. He's very lanky kind of. And so I'm trying to get him to be Lemire.
I love that.
And
that's amazing.
I found a costume, but it's long sleeved. And then it has like full, like, they're almost like, I guess like pantaloons, they stop at like the right below the knee, but then there's tights that go. And he actually said, I'll do it, but that costume you found might be too hot. And I said, oh, good, you can see
if there's any way you could get the costume and like cut the arms off and then sew and stuff and make it a short sleeve or whatever.
That's just my I could try. My grandmother would actually do it. That's actually a good idea. I could have my grandmother.
You might have know somebody that sews. I don't know.
I think sewing is out of Tiffany's ministry.
Well, it sounded like it with that laugh. I think so.
It's out of mine too. I just stabbed myself.
But
over and
I think
over.
it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea, and I just want him to like do. So the costume has these things that you wear over your hand, and it has candles, you know, and then there's one that you wear on your head, and I just want him to go, "PR guest." He's like, as long as I don't get hot, but it is hot here. Like Bianca was saying, at Christmas, it's also very hot here at Halloween. We learned our first year when we almost sweat ourselves into a heat exhaustion the first Halloween we lived here. Amy is also my first cozy YouTuber I've subscribed to. She has some great recommendations. Oh, that's awesome, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
That is
I can't do hearts.
I can't on this computer. I'm on my husband's. I can't do them.
I was trying to do a heart.
I used to remember I used to struggle with doing that all the time, but yeah.
I miss the struggle because she used to try to do these and these things and get things to happen and it wouldn't happen, but it would happen when she didn't want it to, when she accidentally would do something, and then all of a sudden things would start going up in it.
Very, very true. Very true. Oh, and Storm, I messaged you back. I feel very called out in my latest video. I just did my new series, and I was talking our new like releases, and I said, oh, I think that's going on my SAS, or I think that's going on my 25 new series to start in 2025. There you go. And Storm writes in the comments, not everything can go on your SAS or 2025. And I feel very called out, Storm.
I totally supported you and said you should sample all the series.
Okay, I've said this. Does everybody know what SAS means? So Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books, if you haven't subscribed to her, checked out her channel. She's amazing. She does so many events and different things. She has a challenge called SAS. It stands for Serious About Series. And it's for people who are serial series readers, which as I only read cozy mysteries and romance books, often I only read series. And so each year she does these prompts. I just create a list of a number of series I want to work on. I will not have a SAS list to work on if I don't start series. So that is my sacrifice to make sure that I can participate and support my good friend Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books.
Except I think she has plenty of series already started.
Such a martyr.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Amy's, I didn't. Huh?
You're such a saint.
The sacrifices you do for
Saint
series about series.
worm.
Series about series.
That's, see?
Saint Tiffany.
Ooh, I like I live in Colorado. We have some great mountain views. Oh gosh, I bet. Not so much anymore. I live in southern Colorado now, not so close to the mountains, but grew up in Colorado Springs and views of Pikes Peak. That is amazing. Oh, Bianca said she's wrapped on Christmas Eve. I was going to say wrapped or wrapped, but you spelled it like wrap gifts. So then because I think I might have wrapped RAP on Christmas Eve at some point in my life.
Done it, so.
What's that?
There's a lot of hands I see in the comments saying, yeah, they've done it too.
Oh yeah. Look at a lot of people. I live in Colorado. Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of people. Thumbs ups. Glenda says me, Maggie, Anita has thumbs up. Sorry, my mouse is getting me a hard time. Not only wrapped, but built toys and wrapped. Now that is cool. You've built toys, like put them together, that's Moira says hands up. Nancy says, yep. I did one year when I was in college and worked at night at a department store. Wrapped gifts, gotcha. Simply Delicious Vegan says, yes. I work at Hallmark. Oh, cool. I would love to work that. I would enjoy that. So I shopped Christmas Eve and then wrapped. Wow, Annie, you are brave. I don't think I could do it. I have to get done early because I'm too, yeah. I have never wrapped gifts on Christmas Eve. Now I use gift bags. I can't wrap worth a darn. I'm with you, Amy. I'm not very good at wrapping, so I always use gift bags.
I know someone
If
who
it's
does for
not
you.
a family member, if it's not a family member, I will use a gift bag. But usually, if it's a family member, it's Walmart. It's like, here you go.
Whatever works. I mean,
I just love the
you-
experience of wrapping paper, though. It's fun.
Me too. It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't. I'm like, do I have to do this? Usually, I give them to my father if they're not his gifts or somebody else's. He wraps them for me.
In January, I usually have to wear wrist cuffs, like because my wrists get so sore and stiff from all of the wrapping.
Wow.
And my fingers are usually all cut up from paper cuts, and it's you don't realize I've had my hands like lock up because I've done it for multiple hours of doing it. But I enjoy it. There's
Oh my
something
gosh.
so creating a pretty package.
Yes.
Hey, Ben.
I like watching those people like they're on YouTube. It might be TikTok. I don't know, but it goes through the YouTube feed of people that are like professional rappers, and like they'll hold something up to it and they'll tear it off or whatever, and then they wrap it, and they wrap like those things that you can't. It's like, how are you going to wrap a football? But they can get it wrapped and make it look all pretty and nice, and it's like, how do you do that?
I can wrap a football.
I save boxes to put the weird shaped things in. That way I can wrap the box. That's my
Oh,
strategy.
yeah. There you go. There you go.
I wrapped a 6-foot stuffed monkey one time.
Wow.
Wow.
There's a lot
I
of
found
wrapping
these
paper.
Christmas puzzles that I was going to do in a vlog. And I still might do a Christmas vlog. But I found these Christmas puzzles. It's like campers and criminals.
Cool.
So it's like
so
RVs at the Christmas park. Isn't that
That's
cute? I thought that
adorable.
was really cute. And then the other one's just like a Victorian, carolers and, the traditional.
Bro,
But
do you
they
have
were like a
some of the-
quarter at a library fair.
Do you have some of the like campers and criminal books still to read? Because I'm like, you could like do a vlog where you read some of those and put that together. It'd be kind of fun.
I'm on number 32 in the Campers and Criminals Cozy series, and there's 37 today, but that doesn't mean tomorrow there won't be 42.
True story.
Yeah, she writes really quickly. And I also interviewed her, and I'm telling you, she was one of the nicest people, and just really, really fun to chat with. They have just-in-time inventory. I do just-in-time wrapping. She says she is an early shopper, though. Laybroom Diaries said, my sister was the gift searcher of the house. Also shook, but never looked for. Bianca said she shakes the gifts, but she's never just gone out and looked for them. Hand pink waving. She's just saying, I don't know if she actually said it or she did an emoji, but somehow it printed out. But instead of the pink hand waving, it actually says pink hand waving or hand pink waving. I'm not sure. That's funny. As a kid, my stepsister and I looked for our gifts one year. Did you find them, Amy? I unwrapped. Oh my gosh. I'm having all sorts of trouble tonight. I got to figure out the stuff because tomorrow I don't want to have much trouble. I'm sorry, y'all.
Maybe if you need to, see if that works out.
Yeah, I might have to. One time I found a gift while playing hide and seek, and I never played hide and seek ever again. Wow. Oh, well, I'm sorry I ruined hide and seek for you. I did when I was a teen. I actually unwrapped and rewrapped the gifts once. Annie!
I did that too, and I lost them.
Annie, I'm just teasing you. We didn't find them though. Amy said we looked, but we didn't find them. Hannah, the teacher's TBR. Hi. She said, hi, lovely ladies. You look fantastic. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you as well. Anita said, I was 12 when we looked for the gifts. Bianca said, my parents would put the pet names and random people names on my sisters and my gifts to deter us from guessing.
That's
a good
That's
idea.
actually brilliant.
That's what we do with my niece and nephew. We play reindeer games, and they get assigned a reindeer, but they don't know what reindeer they are. And so, like this year, Emma was Dancer, Prancer was Christian, and Vixen was Benjamin. So we put those names on their gifts, and then on Christmas morning, they get to find out which reindeer they are.
Clever.
That's cool.
That's actually a really good idea.
Because they're
Yeah,
little
that's
jerks.
really neat.
I love them. But they are little jerks when it comes to gifts.
Oh, that's funny. Bianca said she's cut down a fresh Christmas tree, and Nancy says yes, her too. Cynthia says love choosing a Christmas tree. Annie's got her hand raised. Moira. Sonia is the queen of whimsy, Lou said. We had a cold front right here with actual temps in the mid 90s. That's her cold front. Oh, that's funny. That's sometimes how it feels. When we first moved here, I used to laugh because when our house was being built, we lived in an apartment, and there was a big like courtyard that you could walk around in the apartment complex. And people, when it was in the like 70s, would be wearing parkas. I'm not kidding, parkas. And we had just moved here. And now that I've been here a few years, when it gets to 70, it's freezing because you just get acclimated to like, you know, it's
when we went to the Philippines, we would laugh at them because it was 70 and they had like jackets on and stuff. Yeah. And we're like sweating and it's, how do you guys have it? And they're like, it's cold. It's like, whatever.
Oh, and yeah, I bet because it's the same. Like Storm, that makes sense. Bianca said we have coyotes and armadillos that set off our ring.
Wow. Yeah, we get coyotes here too.
Yeah, we have coyotes here. And bobcats.
It was an armadillo. There was an armadillo walking around the neighborhood. And then what did we have the other day? Oh, I sent Sonia a picture. There was like crabs on our sidewalk.
Wow.
Sonia?
I don't like crabs. They scare me.
They're like little insects
They
of the
pop
ocean.
out of the ground like daisies.
Yeah.
Scare me.
Yeah, I just thought that was weird though. I was like, I didn't know that they could like just be like chilling down, like clawing down the sidewalk, like do. Like I don't know.
You're making me remind me of the that horror movie that I watched, that Aquarium of the Dead.
Nope, she's shutting you down.
Because
No
there
horror
was all the marine life were zombies. So. It was cheesy fun.
Storm. People always like, oh, that's not going to scare you. I'm like, okay, again, I'm not playing with you when I tell you that it's a great pumpkin Charlie Brown is my limit. That is my threshold of I will have nightmares. No, I'm kidding.
This is why I have a hard time recommending middle grade books to Tiffany, because I'm like, well, my scary and your scary is two different things. I don't know.
Tiffany, can you get through Scooby-Doo, or is it too intense for you?
It depends on the episode. I mean,
it can get intense, especially when the down bass, the doom, when that starts happening.
Well, I do think that the endings of Julianne Lindsay's book scares her quite a bit.
I've had to.
You can feel Julianne Lindsay's romantic suspense days in her books because she, writes for Harlequin and she writes romantic suspense. You could feel it come out in some of her reveal scenes for sure.
Where she was up high, like in the Widow's Peak or whatever that's called, and all that was going down, and I had to go fast forward because it was giving me anxiety. Like I could feel my heart. I'm like, nope, zip.
I mean,
much for me.
That's why I said with that Smile Beach murder book, I don't remember who does that one, but I'm like, it has a kind of an ending like a Julianne Lindsay, so if you don't like that, you might not like it. But yeah, the main character was in a little bit of peril there for a bit. So
Alicia Bissett, I think.
Yeah,
is the
that's it.
author.
Yeah.
I really liked that book.
Oh,
wasn't
I
it
like the
Nancy
covers.
Jen?
I
She
need to
was
check
kind
that
of,
out.
she was in a bit of trouble there at the end, and it was like, oh my goodness, is she going to get out of this or not? So.
It was definitely a little more intense than the average cozy, but I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, I liked it.
I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It just sometimes it scares me too much. And it's like, ooh, I gotta zip through this because it's giving me the.
It makes my heart like, yeah. I found the picture of the crab. Like, should crabs do that? Look at that. It's just on the sidewalk randomly.
He's just trying to make it to his favorite beach spot.
Don't have any here, so I can't tell you.
Like, I don't think
Ocean's a little
that
far
like,
away.
I mean,
I don't think that's something you would probably see a lot of, but I mean, I guess being close to the beach that,
Yeah.
maybe it kind of got lost and got out of its little element there or something. Maybe.
yeah,
I
could
don't want to
be.
get crabs anywhere. Thank you.
It's just all the legs. I don't
Sonia?
like it. Like centipedes. Ugh.
Hear me.
But there was a different part of the beach that it was trying to get to, and so it had to crawl out and ask for directions. Excuse me, which way do I go?
One of those mine birds need mine. They need to go get him. Mm-mm.
My favorite, Sebastian the crab, was like my favorite off the Little Mermaid.
I like.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love Sebastian too.
Cartoony.
yeah.
I
That's
like that.
singing.
I don't like you walking
Listen.
on the beach and those things pop out of the ground like daisies and crawl over your foot.
Yes.
Here we have crawdads.
Anita.
We have crawdads.
Crawdads don't bother.
Anita just won tonight. My favorite Christmas movie is Muppets Christmas Carol. Ba-doom, boom. There you go.
Brown
Anita,
noser.
you are a woman after my heart.
I love it.
Brown noser.
Even for us nieces.
Anything Muppets, particularly Kermit. If you have anything to say about Kermit,
Have you really ever talked to anybody about your obsession with Kermit? It might be a little concerning.
But I really want to get a Miss Piggy shirt
I love Miss Vicky.
and
I
wear
think she's funny.
mute. I've muted Storm. She can no longer speak in this.
Tiffany is in competition with Miss Piggy. She doesn't like her.
I mean,
That's it. I'm finding somebody to make me a Miss Piggy shirt. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, Tiffany makes shirts.
all of Amy, I've told them this. All of my kids' books, and I don't know if my parents still have them, but they did keep them for many years, like in our attic, like our toys, and anything that I had with Kermit, and that's what I call Kermit. Is Kermit? That's my pet name for him.
That's her
Anything
boyfriend.
with Miss Piggy, I have scratched out with a pen her face, or sometimes I've scratched out so much that like on paper it like ripped it, so that her face wouldn't be there.
See, don't you think these are problems she should be telling her shrink, right?
It's a little intense. It's a little...
Okay. Y'all act like I was like 18. I was like, 5.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
I mean, this was not like, when I was 24.
Like this deep-seated hatred
Keep
for
telling
Miss
yourself
Piggy
that,
has
girl.
come through your life.
Keep telling yourself that, girl. Denial.
Well,
It
It's not
started
just a
at
river?
age 5, but
Home Alone. I love Home Alone too. I forgot that. I do love Home Alone. I only like the first one though.
yeah, the first one's the best. But I do like the second one, but then after that, I don't like it.
Second one's okay. I'll watch it.
I also have a list of favorite Christmas TV show episodes. That's awesome. Angela said, I always watch Muppets Christmas carols.
There's another brown noser right there. Where are you?
People don't always think of it as a Christmas movie, but while you were sleeping. Oh, with Julie, is that what Julia
I love that
Roberts?
one.
No, it's with
No,
Sandra
it's
Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, yeah.
And Bill Pullman.
Oh, I think I've seen
She
that.
goes into like a coma, doesn't she? Or have amnesia
Yeah.
or
No,
something?
That's her
No.
boyfriend. Or
He's
like-
not her boyfriend. It's a
No?
guy she sees every day that goes through the subway, and he falls onto the tracks and everything, and he can't remember who he is. But the only way to get in to see him is to say that he
She's
was her
dating
like
him.
boyfriend or she's dating him or
That's
whatever.
That's right.
And so then the family thinks that they're dating when they're not.
As you said it, I was like, oh yeah. Hey, Fatima. She
It's
said,
one
I
of
watched
my
Home Alone.
favorite movies. I love that movie.
while you were sleeping. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that one again now.
too.
Oh, and as well as Christmas Vacation. I like all the vacation movies.
There's two kind of dumb for me. I don't like them.
I mean, they're silly. Yeah, absolutely.
They are.
My favorite Christmas movies are The Santa Claus with Tim Allen and The Grinch
do
with
like
Jim
it.
Carrey.
I like the Grinch with Jim Carrey.
Oh, The Sound of Music. Oh, and Little Women. Little
Yes.
Women is.
Yes, I watched that too.
I absolutely love Little Women.
I like the one
And
from the
if anybody
90s.
likes
Yeah, I was gonna
Little
say,
Women,
that's the only one I'll watch is the one from the 90s.
Yeah.
that's the
like
one I
new
like.
though
It's the one with
with,
Susan Sarandon.
Sorcy, what is her name? Sorcy Rain, I think is her name, that plays Joe, and Emma Watson plays Amy, I believe. I
didn't
thought they
see
did a great job, but I like the 90s one too.
I didn't see it, but if you like the book Little Women, there's a book by Geraldine Brooks called March. And it was probably in the, I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s. I can't remember exactly. I could be even off on that. But anyways, and it is like the father's perspective being away from the family at Christmas. So Little Women is like, theirs. And then, and she did it. I was like, at first I was like, oh, is she going to really be able to feel, because, she's writing it now, well, at least in the 90s or again, early 2000s. And I'm like, but she's writing like she's supposed to be, pulled it off with, amazing. It was amazing. Anyways, it's called March, which is the girl's last name. So if you liked Little Women, the book, I would suggest looking into it. Yeah, I think you'd really like it.
There's one called Marmee too. That's from Marmee.
I have that.
Yeah, I've seen you talk about it, but I've heard a lot of people. I want to read it. I love Little Women.
I do too. I need to look into it too. Book fan says the Christmas List with Mimi Rogers is one of my favorites. I haven't seen that, but I don't think I have.
Wait, I have the Christmas. I think I have the Christmas List. I think that's in one.
And Angela says, "While You're Sleeping" is 100% Christmas.
Yes.
A Christmas Story is my favorite Christmas movie. Oh my gosh, my husband can attest to this. My father would watch it like the 24 hours a day loop that they did on that they do on PBS. The Christmas movie, or Christmas Story.
That's cool. That's her favorite, but I hate that movie.
The narration of that to me is pure genius. The person who reads that book, and just the way he explains it and how it's told in story form like that from his point of view, but as an adult, it has that kind of Stand By Me is like that too. I love that. I love that.
Lou's got the movies right here. She's got the good ones.
I like Die Hard.
Yeah.
Die Hard. You know what? You've Got Mail. I know it's not exactly a Christmas one, but she, it does have a Christmas part of it.
And there's
There's Christmas in it, even though it's not.
Yeah, there's Christmas.
I think that's kind of like Shop Around the Corner too.
That's what made me think of it. But the Shop Around the Corner made me think of You've Got Mail.
Because that was what the remade of.
She's putting up her Christmas ornaments and thinking about her mom so much that her heart burst. I could pretty much do that.
And that Christmas store was absolutely the cutest. Her children's bookstore.
Oh, my dream. That is my dream. I've wanted that all of my life.
So cute.
I love that movie. It's my favorite movie on the planet, hands down. Is You've Got Mail.
It's really sweet.
It is very sweet. Jessica said hi.
Because at the beginning of the fall, where she says, "If I knew your," or he says, "If I knew your address, I would give you a bouquet of freshly sharpened pencil." I love New York in the fall. When they talk about it, and the cranberries is playing, and she's carrying the pumpkin down the streets. I watch it in the fall, but I watch it at Christmas time too. All right, I nerded out. I'm done.
No, you're good. Jessica Lynn says her favorite is Meet Me in St. Louis. I like Meet Me in St. Louis too.
Clang, clang, clang with the trolley.
What's that?
This is Ballet Shoes, which is the book that she suggests when she's sitting in the in Fox Books after she's lost her bookstore. And so I found this. I will be reading it because I'm trying to read all the books that she mentions in You've Got Mail.
I read
That's awesome.
Pride
Oh,
and
that's
Prejudice
cute.
because of that.
I read Pride and Prejudice the first time this year, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to do a You've Got Mail. Let's read all the books from You've Got Mail. So, and I've read like the Roald
That's a
Dahl.
great
She's
idea.
reading The Boy by Roald Dahl to all the kids. I've read that. So,
Annie said my husband loves Holiday Inn and started him on musicals for a while. Love it. I also watched
I love Holiday Inn.
Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol and Arthur Christmas.
That
I love the
Holiday
Cricket
Inn
and Holiday
I love
got
Arthur
me
Christmas.
into musicals as well because that was my first one.
The Cricket in the Hearth is an animated one too from the 70s, like late 70s, and I really enjoy that one. Dan has that downloaded like on whatnot Jump Drive. So we have a lot of Christmas stuff that's on Jump.
Christina said, Merry July, Miss Ladies. Hi, Christina. She said, remember to hydrate and like the like button. Thank you so much, Christina. Diva Temple said, no, I definitely took credit for store-bought sugar cookies, LOL. They tasted homemade and people ate them up. Well, nobody was poisoned like in the undercover dish, so I would say it's just fine. And no one is the wiser. The Vicky Delaney series is awesome for sure. And no, the Marple series, and now the Mona Marple series. Was talking to my stepmother today. Would have been my dad's 85th birthday. Wow, occasion. Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys talked to your stepmom. That was really sweet that you took some time and chatted with her. I bet she appreciated that. Cajun said, "Oh, Storm, I'm number one in line for the new Great Pet Heist that just came out."
I still
Those
need to read
books
book
look cute.
3. She's ahead of me. Yeah, they're cute. If you like animal like books, they're like talking animals. They don't talk to humans. They talk to themselves or whatever. It's a cute series.
They look really cute. Nancy did the thumbs up. I think she's talking about for claiming something as their own. And then Nancy, that is one of my favorites too. And the other holiday movies in that series. There is a Thanksgiving and Valentine one also. Did I miss one? I don't know which ones you're talking about.
Is that the vacation? Do they have vacation ones that are
No, maybe that's the you talk about Charlie Brown because there's a Thanksgiving and a Valentine.
Charlie Brown does have a Thanksgiving and Valentine because my husband bought me, I'm a huge Charlie Brown fan, and Kevin bought me the holiday DVD set when DVDs were still more of a thing. And there was way more. I didn't even know the Valentine one existed until he got that set for me.
There's two.
There's also,
Great Pumpkin.
Christopher's. Yeah, me too. Cajun said Christopher's wife's friend had me rolling. I figured that's who it would be, but when it was said, I whooped out loud. I adore your Christmas outfit. It's Jackie. You were talking about her earlier, weren't you?
Yes, Jackie. Jackie is the one that has the Murder on the Hudson Bay Christmas radio show. So, yes, I was speaking of the devil, and she showed up.
Thank you so much, Jackie. She said your hat is super cute. Thank you. Start all the series. Well, sass. The sacrifices I make for sass.
I thought sample all the series. So you can just sample it a little bit. When the schmecken beckons. Just sample.
I mean, Amy, I was making my list for next year of like my sass. Like I just kind of put like what series I want to continue working on because I have like 120 series going probably cozy mysteries because I've been reading them for so long. If I'm not caught up, and then new series. So it's supposed to be 25 to start in 25, and right now I have like 84, and somehow I have to get down to 25. Last year there was crying involved. There were paper cuts of like how. No, I'm kidding.
I don't think new math is going to cover that.
You know what? I feel like I'm going to make it work somehow.
If
But
anybody can do it, you can.
I mean,
That's true. I don't even want to count how many series I'm in, so but you're braver than I am.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I'm in like in the middle of like 300 and some series. So.
Before I met somebody in this chat group, and we won't say her name, I used to be a binge series person where I would start a series and finish it in one go. Like I would start it and read it until it was over. Then I met this beach bum chick that was like, "Oh, try all the new series," and she makes them look so wonderful. And then it made my TBR grow, and now I have a bunch of series that aren't finished. Your Halo bell.
my work.
Your Halo just went. "Wow."
My halo is always in place. Sometimes a little. No.
I'm glad I think the reindeer. I think I'm gonna need boots.
I think your horns are
That could be too. Late Bloomer Diaries, you are 100% correct that the movie While You Were Sleeping is a Christmas movie. I adore that movie. I always watch White Christmas while I put up my tree. That is awesome. What are your favorite? That's a good question. What are your favorite holiday tropes or themes you would like in a Christmas cozy mystery?
The town. I mean, the town to me is just like the bee's knees, because you have a sampling of all the different Christmas things and stuff. I love that. I think a gift wrapping would be so cool because there's, there's so many things that you could go with. Like you could find a body in a box or whatever, But I also like the idea of the North Pole. Like
it's so much fun.
Claus being involved.
I don't know if it's a trope, but I do like I like the idea of having like all the major like things that you do at Christmas time. Like I want there to be like a cookie baking session or, and I would love to see like a cookie swap with people in their neighborhood, because then you get to know other side characters, or with other businesses in the community would be cool. Or
you can go to a cookie swap and get murdered.
Or white elephant gift swap.
Or something like that. Or like a Christmas progressive dinner. You guys know what I'm talking about, where you go to like a different house for a different course, and you can do like a Christmas thing with that. And any of those things would make, you could totally kill someone off during. I know what I'm going to suggest to Ellie Alexander tomorrow.
In one of the books, I don't remember which one it was, but they were found in a vat of peppermints. I think it was
number
Christmas tree farm. It was number 2. Yeah.
Well,
I it was when it's like uber Christmassy, but then they're like, I don't know. It might be a little sick and twisted because it's like you think of Christmas, it's like, oh, and it's like dead body in the peppermints.
And it was like in a snow globe that was like a part of a parade or part of a town thing. It was my favorite reveal of any murder I've ever read in a cozy mystery is number 2 on the Christmas tree farm, because it was so creative. I'm like, well, you don't see that every day. A dead body in a snow globe filled with peppermint candies.
I think
I loved it.
My favorite kind of Christmas scene or whatever it might be is the tree lighting ceremonies or whatever.
Yeah,
because almost all small towns have those, except my town doesn't do anything like that. So, and I live in a small town, and so I'm like, I like that because I think that's something fun for small towns to do that our town doesn't do.
I like,
or like Christmas caroling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think anything with like theater, plays, like the ballet, or just because I love this across the board, any cooking competitions. Like if it was a Christmas one. I love any cooking competition, but make it Christmas, and that's even better.
Yeah, I like that too.
I love the cooking competitions and
anything
books.
involved with Santa, but I kind of have a Santa complex, so if it's involved in Santa, I'm in.
Me too.
Did your dad wear the Santa costume? No, then it's okay.
I like the ones like where there's like a secret Santa and you don't know who it is.
Yeah.
I read a book recently that was the second in the True Confectioners is Christmas based, and there's a Christmas cooking competition. Yes. It made me when you said that. I love cooking competitions, and that was a great. It's called Baking Spirits Bright. The second and
It's
the
got the
True
cutest
Confectioners-
cover.
Yes, by Sarah Fox. And the series, if you guys don't know, she works for her family's chocolate shop, but they it takes place in Larch Haven, Vermont, and it's like the Venice of North America. So there's like canals and gondolas. It sounds absolutely fantastic. Just so like I don't know.
I need to try that
that
series. I haven't tried it.
Yep, it's on my
The
list.
first one I thought was good. I thought the first one was good and I enjoyed it. I think I gave it 3.5 or maybe even 4. I always round up on Goodreads. But the second one was easy 5 stars. And it has a Christmas
I
cooking
agree.
competition. It was fantastic.
I'm
It went
not
from
real
good
big
to
on
amazing.
on cooking competition. I don't know. I guess it's because I'm never really into those like on TV.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not, I mean, some people just aren't going to be into it. So, you know. Good, Karen. It's so good to see you.
It's a fun picture too.
I think crabs escape from someone's
Stock
stock pot. I mean, maybe that's it because I don't know. I was walking around. Hey, Kim. She said I just got home from church. Sonia, behave. Karen said Christmas vacation for her too for the movie.
Nice.
Sonia.
I'm over here being completely innocent.
Except for if somebody mentions the word crab.
It's a weird word.
Kim said Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. I gotta tell you, I don't know what that is.
Yes.
Sounds like
Yes,
a book.
ma'am.
Sounds like a book.
It's a Jim Henson creation.
I don't know what it is.
It's Jim Henson. It's a Jim Henson movie.
I mean, I
Oh.
Oh, girl, I need to
obviously
get that
love
to
Jim
you.
Henson, but I don't. I've
never
never
heard of
seen it.
Oh my
I have
gosh,
to
it is
share. My
awesome.
boy ended up having a torn labrum. Shoulder was full of bursitis.
Wow.
Cleaned it out, and he should be good. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that they think he's going to be good after this. But I know that's rough for him to go through, and I know he likes playing baseball, so I hope that works out.
Yeah.
Thanks for updating this, Kim. She said, I loved While You Were Sleeping. Then she said, I have Marmee on Hoopla to read, the book that Amy had been talking about. I know Sonia mentioned it too. Kat said, Christmas isn't Christmas until we watch White Christmas at my house. Say that 5 times fast, Storm. That felt very like tongue twistery. Christmas isn't Christmas until we watch White Christmas at my house. That is awesome. Kim said he's probably played baseball since he was 4. Jessica said Sonia Ballet Shoes is a movie adaptation with Emma Watson. And then people starting to say night, which I want to see any more comments. I hope you have a great night. 4-book series from a house without a Christmas tree. 4-book series from a house without a Christmas tree. Is that a series?
A House Without
I don't
a
know
Christmas
if it
Tree
is.
a book. The House Without a Christmas Tree
No.
is, I believe it's a YA book or even a middle grade.
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an older book from what I understand. It used to be in my library at school.
She said, Sonia, I think you've got an interesting idea with rapping and murder. You could have death by paper cut. You could put like nicotine poisoning on the paper and then they, because that's like absorbed. That's absorbed or something else really. That would be fun, a progressive dinner in a different body in every house, but the pets are okay. That's the best part of it. But nobody
I saw that
touches
earlier. It made me chuckle.
Love it.
And Cajun, our resident cozy mystery expert, said Tim Myers, who writes under every pen name imaginable. So Tim Myers also is the donut shop, the one that has like 50 some in the donut shop. And then they also have a classic diner series, and they have a candle making series and a soap making series. And I mean, they write under a ton of names. But she said Tiffany Tim Meyer's A Slow Cooker series is set in a town that is made up of canals and get around by boat and a series of bridges from one side to the other. That just went on my 25 to start in 25. And yes, Sonia and Storm, that makes number 85. And Amy, thank you for not mentioning it all. You're the sweet one here.
I did not say a word.
She's also new. You guys harass me every week.
Oh yeah,
Come on, Amy, you got to get in on this harassing thing.
I can't. I'd be hypocritical because I have so many series. It's
well,
terrible.
I do too, but
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. So what is I say this, I tell people this at work when my love language is giving people a hard time and picking on people like jokingly. So I do it with love. What's everybody got coming up on their channels? Let me see if I take this off. It doesn't show people's names. I thought maybe it would show our names. Amy, what you got coming up on your channel?
You have to click the comment completely off for our names to be up there.
It's my mouse is not like wanting to.
You got it.
Well,
I had to click it like 8 times.
I'll have Christmas in July reading vlog up this weekend. So I'm super excited for that. I did a bunch of baking. I think I have like a lemon pie in there and everything because I adore lemon. But otherwise, I'm gearing up for fall. I'm like August. Ooh. I'm going like full like fall recommendations, cozy fall reading. Like I'm absolutely going to pretend it's not 90 degrees outside and go right into fall decorating in August. So I'm really excited for that.
I love it.
And I recently got tickets actually for the Ashland Mystery Fest, which I haven't been to.
You
before.
are?
I'm really, really excited. It's going to be so much fun.
That's awesome.
I can't wait. That is so awesome. Yeah.
Yes. Amazing. Yeah. I can't wait.
I'm doing a panel on Friday. Okay. Myself and Spencer and Courtney. But I'll be there all week. I went last year too, and it's Amy. I'm so excited for you. It is amazing.
It looked so amazing.
And I'm planning on like putting if anybody's traveling alone and going, because I traveled by myself. I mean, I knew a bunch of people going, but if you don't and you want people to pal around with, I'm gonna put up like my email or something so people can let me know, because I don't want anybody to feel like, they're by themselves or don't have anybody to hang out with, because but it's going to be amazing. So that is so awesome. And I love your vlogs. Let me just say, I really enjoy.
Oh, thank you.
Watching your vlogs. And lemon's my favorite. So Sonia, what do you Oh, lemon is
lemon is my favorite as well, because Tiffany and I share a brain pretty much. Lemon is pretty much my favorite as well. I just posted a video today that was clean out, organize and clean bookshelf unhaul sort of thing. I will have a July review, book and review coming up fairly soon. I was really hoping to go to Ashland this year, and I still haven't said no yet. So we'll see. I have a big trip in September coming up, so I don't know if October will be another time for a trip, since I have a big birthday this year. So Tiffany, I wanted to thank you for doing this. This was a lot of fun, and for someone who is a mood reader who doesn't normally read Christmas in July, I have really enjoyed it. So thank you for doing that.
Of course. What about you, Storm? What you got going on?
As soon as I get it uploaded tonight sometime, I have my August TBR, which is mostly for Garb August, but I do have some other like readathon events on there. One that has yet to be announced. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then I have wrap up July.
So I had my August cozy mystery releases come out yesterday, and then I have part 2, which is like I separate kind of the first part, and then like KU, self, indie, a lot of those that are on Kindle, and do a part 2. And then I'm also trying to start doing more vlogs. I say this a lot, but I'm creating a Read Like the Golden Girls vlog. So I have like a list of different books that are kinds of books that I think each character from the Golden Girls would read. And I'm going to make a vlog out of kind of reading those books and all that stuff. But I don't know. I'm like starting it. And I'm not a good vlog person because I forget. A lot of times I'm like, oh, didn't I start a vlog on Sunday? It'll be like Thursday. And I haven't like, you guys, Amy and Sonia are amazing at it, and
I'll go somewhere and I don't think to whip out the camera and get some B-roll footage.
Yeah.
I have to write a list. If I don't have a list, I forget.
Oh, and I feel so awkward and weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I am awkward and weird, but I feel awkward and weird when I do vlogs. It just feels so awkward to me. I am so much better just to sit down and chat.
I am too, but awkward and weird is the best.
Yes.
Because I'm awkward and weird, and I'm awesome. I do love you.
Good logic.
And I am very awesome, and I'm also very odd and weird. People tell me this a lot. It's okay. That's okay. I was just going to read the last of these comments and then we'll wrap up because Kat said one of the Diva Christmas books had a body wrapped up as a Christmas gift. I loved it. That's the Kristen Davis. I don't remember that. That's awesome, Kat.
I'd be scarred for life if I opened that.
Same.
Right?
Not a gift I want.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Hard pass. Jackie said, you are reading a Christmas cozy book. What is the scent of your candle? What's in your mug? Is it special? Whose Christmas album are you listening to? So those are great questions. I do a Christmas live with the authors each year. I've done it for the past like 4 years, I think. And I always have them tell us what their main character would think of as the perfect Christmas day. Like, what are their traditions? What are they doing? And it's been so much fun. So I love those questions. And I think that for me, my scent would be vanilla sugar cookie. My mug would be with hot cocoa and mind your business splashed in. And I definitely have a Christmas mug. I have I have Christmas mugs, so I love coffee mugs. I have probably too many. And whose Christmas album are you listening to? I don't have a specific album, but Christmas music I will definitely have going. Yeah, my favorite Christmas song is "Oh Come All You Faithful" of seriousness, and of my I'm a child at heart is Porky Pig singing Blue Christmas. If you have not heard Porky Pig singing Blue Christmas, it is the most amazing thing ever. Highly recommend. What about you guys? Anybody have?
My scent would be pine or like evergreen for the candle. Ooh. My mug would have hot chocolate if it was the evening, or peppermint tea during the day. Ooh. I do have Christmas mugs. I have one that's like a Boston Terrier with a red Christmas scarf on it. So I love that one. For Christmas album, I like the a cappella group Pentatonics. They have some really great Christmas music. Otherwise, I just kind of find those like YouTube playlists where it's like an hour of classic Christmas music playing, and that would be my soundtrack. Yeah.
For me, it's going to be my Christmas candle is going to be balsam and pine. In my mug is probably peppermint mocha of some sort. I don't really like Christmas mugs or any sort of mugs, so I don't have any special mugs. And whose Christmas album I'm listening to is going to be Bing Crosby, because to me he is Christmas. And my favorite Christmas song is Gee Whiz, It's Christmas. And I love that song. And it's because you don't hear it very often. And when I do hear it, it just makes me, it's so chill and just like, Merry Christmas, darling. And you're just kind of like, I love it. What about you? Storm loves Christmas, her favorite.
I would
I mean,
probably
she is
have
full of.
my scent would probably be pumpkin spice. What's in my mug would probably be hot chocolate with lots and lots of marshmallows or the whipped cream on top.
Ooh, yum.
I only have one Christmas mug, and that's the one that Cajun got me last year that has a Grinch on it, which is really cool. And my
Cool.
Christmas album would be Bing Crosby because he's like one of my favorites, and I love his music. And my favorite Christmas song would probably be Carol of the Bells.
Oh, I like Carol the
Good
Bells
one.
too.
I love Jingle
Yeah.
Bell Rock. That's fun.
I like Jingle Bell Rock. I mean, I really like most Christmas music. I will listen to,
It's so funny that we're talking about, doing Christmas in July. I think that the local St. Louis radio station knew because they've been playing Christmas music all week this week to celebrate Christmas in July as well. So I've been I don't ever listen to the radio in my car except when they're playing Christmas music on
Same.
102.5. So yeah, they've been playing
that
Christmas
is
music all week.
awesome. Lou said, Amy, your baking videos always make me want to raid the cabinet. I
Sorry?
do.
Not really.
Just say my work here is done.
I just love
It
to.
makes me want to bake bread.
Ooh.
Your bread always turns out like you did bread in the very last one that I saw, and it like always looks so nice when it's done. My bread is
Thank
like,
you.
well, let's not talk about it. We're talking about you here. It always looks good. Sonia's bread, I mean, I don't know. I'm jealous. Oh, thank you, Jack. Yeah, I just always, it's the social worker counselor in me. The world needs more strange. Stay strange. I agree. I agree. I love the Drifters' White Christmas. Speaking of Lizzie Faye and all the sacrifices I make for her, she just came in and said, hey, you guys, totally forgot about this. Just sat down to finish a couple books before midnight. Oh, my gosh. Because she wants to finish before the end of the month. Oh, Elizabeth. You're
She's
a brave
one of
person.
those that likes to have all of her books finished before they end of the month.
Yeah.
I admire it.
I'm turning into a pumpkin as we speak. I cannot do that.
I need to finish up one book for July. I've got like about 15 pages left, so I'll be doing that tonight, getting it finished up, and then I'm starting on August stuff because I have so many eyeball books. I gotta.
Elizabeth, we were talking about your SAS list that you created. Kim said, "I love the video with Santa and the reindeer singing." It's not the holiday without "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas."
Yes, I love that song. I love that song.
Elf, is there something you want to say, Miss Elf?
I do not care for that song one bit.
Love that.
And every day during the holidays, because my best friend is a jerk, she was the school counselor, and they would play Christmas songs over the overhead before they did the announcements. And she always made sure Hippopotamus was played in my classroom every single day. And then her smart aleck daughter, who is also my niece, made me on Gari. I can't remember, like the crocheted animals. She made me a hippopotamus because I don't like that song.
Oh,
My friends are jerks.
See, you should have just decorated it up for Christmas and stuck it.
I
up
don't
there.
like Dominic the Donkey either. I don't like that song at all. And because of that, my niece gave me this last year because I don't like Dominic the Donkey, the song. So she thought it was funny to get me a donkey.
Oh my God.
I'm playing with a jerk.
Well, you wrap their gifts, wrap empty boxes. No I'm kidding.
I've wrapped them in tampon boxes before. The boys love that.
Stick a piece of coal in each one of them.
there you go.
I can do that.
Yeah, tampon and pad boxes make it pretty funny.
Well, everyone, thank you so much to everybody who participated and came tonight. Make sure that you have subscribed. If you are new here, subscribe to all these ladies. And we really appreciate all the support. Amy, thank you so much. Sonia, Storm, this has been so much fun.
Yeah, what's
I've had a blast. And really, it was just in order to throw a Christmas party, and you guys made it so much fun. And sorry for all the tech difficulties. Goodness gracious. So
have a good night.
Well, everybody have a great night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, bestie. I can't get my on.